proceed towards the next industry presentation by Mr. Prateek Shukla, co-founder and CEO, Masai School, Times 40 and the 40, TEDx speaker and Josh Talk speaker, second-time entrepreneur and IIT Kanpur alumni. So can we give sir a big round of applause to Mr. Prateek Shukla.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So, thank you so much, Observe Now team, for having me over here. Basically, I'll keep my presentation very short. I'll try to give you an idea on what we are doing, why we are doing, and what we want to do. And also at the same point of time, I'm not here to sell any course. Okay, I'm not here to basically sell any platform. I'm not here to sell you why we are the best tech team in India to disrupt education. We are not here to sell anything. We are just here to basically tell you our story. And also at the same point of time, I'm here, as all my college partners keep on saying, that I'm here to basically make education great again. And that is what we all are here for. So I'm here for MEGA. That is what we call it internally at Masai. How are we going to basically do that? How are we going to make education great again? So I'll start with a simple story about Masai and a brief about me. So I graduated from IIT Kanpur. I started my first startup, which was acquired by Quicker. I was into real estate. But during my time at IIT Kanpur, I did an internship in Teach for India, which made me realize that there is a huge opportunity, there's a huge untapped potential which exists in our country, which needs to be unlocked. And it is only those passionate people who can basically make it or help it unlock it. And it is something which is there, but we don't understand how powerful it is. So that is something which was a deep realization that happened during Teach for India stint, and that always stayed in my heart. So when I was done with real estate, I'd spent a lot of time in real estate. After that, I thought that for the next 40, 50 years of my life, I'm going to basically work in education. And that's how we came up with Masai, which is an outcome-based education institute. We are probably the largest outcome-based education institute in India. Very soon it is going to be world. And I'll basically walk you through what we are doing and how we are doing. So this is Masai's journey. Masai, as I was saying, that it's an outcome-based education institute. People call us military-style coding school as well. We take people from all kind of background. The students study with us for 8.5 months. And people call us military-style coding school because we follow 11-11-6 in Masai, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. 6 days a week. That's how grilling, that's how intense our structure is. So it's more like a coding boot camp, but it takes people from all kind of background. And once the student graduate and start earning above 5 lakhs per annum, then basically they pay us fees. So that's basically what outcome-based education is for us. And in last 4 years of our journey, we started in 2019. Last 4 years of our journey, we have been able to place over 3,500 students in close to 1,500 companies in India. We have over 10,000 hiring partners. And currently, Masai have over 6,000 students studying. Our current placement track record is 91%. And our average CTC is 6.9 LPA, which is higher than most of the IITs and NITs. And people can think of ki you can take the best students and you can basically train them and you can place them. There's nothing like impactful about it. So I'll tell you a few pointers which will make it impactful. So 80% of Masai students come from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities and villages of our country. 75% of our students are from non-computer science background. 40% of our students are just high school graduates. And they are working in over 40 unicorns in India. They are working in almost all the large IT giants in our country. And they are working, they are basically excelling over there. And we have been able to basically change close to 300 families, or we have been able to move close to 300 families out of poverty line in last 4 years. And that is something which is deep impact that we are creating. And if you'll see, there is one of our student, we have a live testimonial over here. So we have one of our student who is over here, Dhirendra. So this guy, he was a Airtel door-to-door salesman, and then now he is working in Capita, which is one of the large MNCs, and he's working at close to 10 lakhs per annum right now. So this is something which is an impact that is what we are trying to create, and that is something which we have been able to create. How we have created it? The secret is very simple. The secret sauce behind it is the pedagogy that we have. I'll give you a few hints about, or a food for thought for all the educators over here, that what do I mean by pedagogy? Because pedagogy is something which I think we hardly speak when we talk about the impact that we want to create in the education system. I'll tell you one of the basic thing, and since I don't come from academics background, I am an engineer. I love to solve problems, and that is what my entire team is also. They also do that. So we basically understood that one of the biggest flaw that we have seen over the period of time in our education system is that we consider everyone have a same learning curve. Okay, every person is same. Every person has a same learning curve. If you'll see, people those who are scoring 50% in 7th grade are also moving to 8th grade. People those who are scoring 80% in 7th grade are also moving to 8th grade. Everyone is moving forward, but they are not mastering the concept. And that is something which is basically creating a weaker foundation. And that is simple thing which is ignored for a long period of time. But the reason for that ignorance is also because it is a very costly method, or it's very expensive to basically create mastery-based progression. But in Masai, we do that. In Masai, any student move from one level to another level only when they master the concepts. So that fundamentally, if you want to visualize it, that is exactly like if you are in 7th grade, your probably social sciences at the 5th grade level, your mathematics might be at 9th grade level. So you would be studying in different grades, and you are, although a part of 7th grade, but you are basically being a part of different grades as per your mastery of the concepts. So that is what happens in Masai. That is one of the only fundamental, one of the first few fundamental things that we have come up with, but there are many more innovation that we did in the pedagogy piece. Similarly, at the same point of time, campus to corporate, we all belong to industry. We were software engineers, we were tech leads earlier. All my instructors, all our tech team, everyone came from the same background, and that's why we understand what is needed in the industry. One of the fundamental thing is that we adapt, we change curriculum with every batch that graduates at Masai, and that is something which is very, very important, because that's how you need to basically keep a close connect with the industry, and that's how you bridge college or education system with the industry. And the third important thing is curriculum on latest tech that I have already spoken about. As a result, we got these people, apart from all the venture capitalists, those who have invested in Masai, we got some of the great entrepreneurs from India, those who have also invested in Masai. And the investment does not happen because they wanted to, this is not a financial transaction alone. This is majorly because they have seen the kind of students, those who have come out from Masai, those who have worked in their organization, and they are amazed by the potential that we have in our country. And that's why some of the leading names that you guys keep on reading in newspaper, Twitter, everywhere, they are on our cap table. And at the same point of time, Masai also works very closely with NSDC. I think many of the wonderful speakers, those who have spoken to before me, have already spoken about how every education institute is working with NSDC. We have gone slightly ahead in terms of not just working with them, but also collaborating with them on defining the key KPIs for IT, ITES sector in our country. And that is something which is one of the most fundamental thing. And we are working very closely with the team at NSDC over there. And in last 1 year, I think every education institute have already seen that there is a tech winter, there is mass layoffs, there are people, those who are hearing a lot of things. Like just before this, I read a news that Infosys is also saying that they are pegging down their growth for this particular quarter. And I think this is something which is happening around us. There is a scenario of mass layoff. There are companies are not, like, the inflation is on a rise, and at the same point of time, I think there is one thing which is additional out of syllabus for all of us is generative AI, and I think wonderful speakers before me have already spoken about what is the impact of generative AI in the tech hiring overall. And despite all these challenges, I am basically proud to say that Masai has still flourished. When we saw that close to 1,000 plus people in all the IITs are still unplaced from last batches, and that is something which is not just happening in IITs, but it is happening across all the colleges. But at the same point of time, last quarter, Masai did close to 1,000 placements in the tech ecosystem. And this quarter, we are planning to do close to 1,500 placements again. So we are growing stronger and stronger. And this funding winter or tech winter that you can call it, that is something which is not basically affecting us at all. So this is what placement at Masai, which I just spoke about. And I think the reason for that is something which I have already spoken about, that we have strong curriculum which is deeply integrated with the tech, with the industry, and how we are basically working towards it. But more like it is all about Masai that we have spoken about, but then there is something which is the grand plan that we have. We have our new product which has come up, which is PrepLeave, which works closely with colleges. And Masai vision with, we have realized one very important thing, that we have been on the trajectory that we are on. We will be able to place close to 20,000 people every year, and which makes us the largest outcome-based education institute, not just in India, but across the world, because that is the number which is equivalent to all the IITs and NITs put together. So that is something which we'll be able to do by ourselves, but that is not what our vision is. What we want to do is, we want to basically make sure that we are going to have close to 100,000 people going into tech ecosystem from not just Masai, but through PrepLeave, by working with the colleges, those who have started working with us. We have one case study which is one of the first partner, those who have started working with us. So that is something which we truly believe, that how we can make our college partners collaborating and working with us, and making sure that we are going to graduate and place over 100,000 students in next 5 years time frame. That's first goal. The second goal that we have in our mind is that how can we make the college partners, some of the college partners who are going to be working with us. So we are not going to be working with all the college partners, but we are going to be very selective in terms of getting on, like onboarding the college partners who are working with PrepLeave. So people, those who are going to be working with us, we want to ensure that in next 10 years, we are going to have at least 10 of our college partners who are going to be globally ranked in top 100 colleges in the world, not just in India, but in the world. Third important thing is that we want to start PrepLeave Club in the partner colleges that we have with our PrepLeave model. And over there, it's just not about training the students, but it's also about training the existing educators, those who are there in those colleges. So we have train the trainer model, which is part of PrepLeave Club. So that is something which we want to basically work with those preferred college partners, those who are going to be working with us. We, in the end, want to make sure that those colleges who are working with us are considered to be the greatest colleges in our country, and that is something which is going to happen. And fourth, where we believe that we are very strong, is that we know how to teach people, we know how to train people, and we want to work closely with our college partners to ensure that the top 40% or top 50% of the students are automatically going to get placed with us. And the first thing that we did was, we took the 100 students who were unplaced in their colleges, and we started working with them. We worked with them for 2 months, and in 2 months, we were able to place close to 80% of them. And as a result, I am very hopeful that in the next admission cycle, they'll see a jump, massive jump in terms of the admissions that they're going to see. And this is just the beginning. So we want to work very closely with some of the preferred college partners. And that is going to happen through PrepLeaf, which is Masai's sister company. So, and not just that, whatever I have spoken about, apart from that, in those preferred college partners, we want to bring Mang, which is Facebook, Amazon, Google, those kind of companies. We want to basically put those preferred college partners from the participation perspective on Google Summer of Code and many other competitions, which happens not just at India level, but across the globe. And also at the same point of time, we have built massive tech to basically predict that which are the, which student gets what kind of salaries once they graduate. So that is something which we want to basically work with our college partners on. And yeah, that's basically, that will help us not just growing faster, but also help collaborating very closely with the colleges, those who are working with us from the skill readiness perspective, from industry readiness perspective, from networking readiness perspective, and in the end, interview readiness perspective. So I think that is what we wanted to basically communicate over here. And also, my team is sitting over here. We don't have a stall, so my team is over here. And if anyone wants to basically have a chat with them on how we can work closely from colleges perspective. We are going to be very selective in terms of partnering colleges. We will be partnering around 1 or 2 colleges every city. We'll see how we can take this forward, and would love to basically have a dialogue with all of you guys throughout these 2 days event. Thank you so much, Observe Now team. And we also have one big TPO event which is coming up on 4th of August in Bangalore. So if any of you would be in Bangalore, would love to basically see you guys around. So thank you so much, guys, for being a wonderful audience, and thank you so much for having me over here.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now request Ms. Tanya to please present the memento to sir. Can we give both of them a big round of applause, please?